Darko, what is Croatia's capacity for exporting? How many millions of liters?
Croatia produced 1.5 million hectoliters. On Croatian market, finished half. So I think 30% of production, that means around 200,000 hectoliters is capacity for export. There's not big quantities, but I think that we have an opportunity in special spaces on the market with autochthon, authentic grapes, Malvasia, with Plavac Mali, with Pošip, with Babić.
Tell me about Malvasia. Now, this is a grape varietal that most people are not familiar with, yet it's a very popular varietal in Croatia.
Yes, that's the authentic grape in Croatia. Croatia has around 25,000 hectares and is producing almost 1.5 million liters. 10% of that is Malvasia. Croatia main grape is Graševina, but that is not authentic grape. Malvasia's second specificity is bitterness like almond in finish. 95% of Malvasia are produced as light, crispy wine, and 5% of production which are aged, oaked, long macerated, and produce some serious wines.
You're doing very little international brands and a lot more indigenous brands. Now, is that because the indigenous brands just grow better here, or you just want to be different and separate yourself from the rest of the world?
The second one, so we can do also nice international varieties. We can reach also high quality with some Chardonnay and Merlot, but everybody is growing Chardonnay and Merlot in the world, you know. And especially willing to grow some image of territory, as we belong to all the wine world, but we are not very known in international level. So we have to identify ourselves, and the way to do it is absolutely with some indigenous varieties. And Malvasia, it's nice variety, what is our original, indigenous, but also it has potentialities to be shown not only in Istria, but also as a kind of ID card walking around the world.
The indigenous varietals that you plant majority of, how well does that work with the local food, both coastal and continental?
It goes very nice. Today, even on Croatian menus or wine list, you'll see Malvasia is a dominant restaurant wine. Even it is not, let's say, dominant in quantity. So it means that it is very welcome because of bitter almond aftertaste, accented minerality, and it goes very well here, absolutely, with some seafood because we are part of this culture. But also in Interland, you can find some pastas, some gnocchi, some very welcome with the Malvasia.
Tell me what some of the biggest challenges are that you face making wine in Croatia and Istria specifically.
I would say that as we are part of this old wine world, we can do some good stuff. We can do very interesting wines, we can do some nice international, some nice domestic wine, but you know, there is no image of Istria or Croatia as a wine country, and I would see here a lot of space to improve. So it could be a good challenge. Let's try to explain our story, to tell our story, to explain our territory. We live in a very beautiful country, you know, and I'm sure that presenting this beauty, presenting this tourism, using a wine in presenting this tourism could be a nice challenge. And I would like, let's say, to work on it in the next 5 years to see what can be done in growing an image of Croatia or Istria as a wine country.
Well, that was an absolutely fantastic education on winemaking and Croatia, Istria to be exact. Cheers. It's an absolute pleasure.